Hi, I'm Doreen Leckler, and welcome to another edition of Becoming God's Woman of Destiny. Now, in our last session, I defined for you what it means to be God's Woman of Destiny, and we talked about living with purpose, on purpose. Well, today and moving forward, what I'd like to do now is to show you, as we begin to move and journey down that path of our God-given destiny, what happens to us as we encounter new information, new opportunities, new challenges or goals, threats or roadblocks? What happens when we try to grow and make change? Well, essentially, there are three factors that impact your ability to release more of your God-given potential so that you can live in your God-ordained destiny and experience the fullness of life that Jesus ordained for you. And today I'm going to talk about one of the three factors, the first factor that impacts your ability to release your potential. It's known as your locus of control. Locus of control. It comes out of personality psychology, but essentially your locus of control is the way in which you assess the events that are taking place around you in your life. You either are known as having an internal locus of control or an external locus of control. Let me explain the difference. Someone with an internal locus of control will see the events that are taking place around their lives, good or bad, and internally their thought would be something like, if it's to be, it's up to me. Now that's not to misplace the sovereignty of God, but it's someone who would take accountability and responsibility for their own life and their own actions and what they do and what they don't do and their emotions and so on. They would be the kind of person who might say something like, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That's an internal locus of control. Conversely, someone with an external locus of control would be someone who would look at all the events and the things that happen around their life, and they place the accountability and the responsibility for their own health, their own happiness, their own success on the things outside them. And you'll hear it in the way that they speak. It's the boss's fault. It's my husband's fault. It's the kids. It's the economy. It's whatever. It's always fate. It's always something. It's somebody else's problem, and it's somebody else's fault. They keep waiting for the world outside to change in order for them to change. They keep waiting for the events and circumstances outside themselves to make them happy or successful or peaceful or confident or whatever. They keep waiting for opportunities to happen to them. That's your locus of control. Oftentimes, people with an external locus of control, they're fault finders instead of solution seekers. They tend to be passive aggressive. They wait for people to give them opportunities rather than taking responsibility. And you'll see that a lot inside organizations, but also inside families. People with an external locus of control tend to really underlive their lives because they keep waiting for something to happen rather than make it happen themselves. You'll hear it in the way that they talk. You'll see it in their actions. Now, interesting point I want to leave you with. I have seen very high-performing, peak-performing individuals who are excellent. You would think, looking at them, that they have a strong internal locus of control just by the way that they act. And then something happens in their life, like a diagnosis of disease. And all of a sudden, they give up the accountability and responsibility to the experts. So we have to be careful because there are some times that life can hit us very hard and we feel like we're reeling and we give up our locus of control in that particular situation. I've seen that a lot with people who've been diagnosed with serious diseases. And in fact, when I was diagnosed with incurable stage 4 breast cancer with metastases to the bone, and a very prominent cancer institution told me I would have 1 year before I would have cancer spreading throughout my body, I had to be very conscious, very deliberate, with intent to take every thought captive and to say, no, that's their opinion. And I will talk a lot more about this as we move further on into this column because it's essential. It's essential to how you live your life. But it's really important that the accountability and the responsibility for your life remains with you. It's never outside of you, not even when the experts want to hand you your future. So locus of control, is it inside of you or outside of you that will make the difference? Think about it this week. Listen to how you speak about the situations around your life. Think about it as you think about the course of your life. Have you taken accountability and responsibility for the things that happen in your life, or are you passing the buck, passing the blame on others? It makes a difference on your ability to unleash your potential and live in the fullness of life that Jesus ordained for you. See you soon.